Yeah. We about to wrap this up, man. This Seven Project. He said on Twitter, but follow me on Twitter, the Water Series 3, at the Water Series 3. But Ransom said on Twitter that this was a jab. You know how disrespectful and gotta be hurtful for the rest of the rap game to hear that this man said that this project was a jab. He didn't even drop the album yet. This was a jab. The way this man talks about this music, like, I've been sitting on this for a whole year. Like, he said I was sitting on this for a whole year and he's still ahead of y'all lyrically. Oh my God, he's traveling back to the future right now.
It's in those eyes of yours, though. Nothing wrong with a man taking pleasure in his work.
This is how the streets will defeat you. They say that money talks, but then when it speaks, it's deceitful. You know some thieves got receipts too. Why waste a couple thousand on fancy shirts you could bleed through? My hands be hurt when I beat you.
Why waste a couple thousand on some fancy shirts you can bleed through? My hands are what? Why waste thousands of dollars on shirts that you can bleed through?
Nothing wrong with a man taking pleasure in his work.
This is how the streets will defeat you. They say that money talks, but then when it speaks, it's deceitful. You know some thieves got receipts too. Why waste a couple thousand on fancy shirts you could bleed through? My hands be hurt when I beat you. On the street you couldn't work for McDonald's. That shit beneath you. But in prison, mop the tear for $1. This shit is lethal, too cerebral.
On the streets you wouldn't work at McDonald's, but in the cell you got a mop for $1. Talk to him, man. Tell these. Alright, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna let it flow.
Some thieves got receipts too.
Sometimes you gotta
stop. Waste a couple thousand on fancy shirts you could bleed through. My hands be hurt when I beat you. On the street you couldn't work for McDonald's. That shit beneath you. But in prison, mop the tear for $1. This shit is lethal, too cerebral for you average thinkers. Tried to invade my home, but couldn't get past the sprinklers. Stay afloat, they have to sink us. Look past your blinkers when you ride for me. That's real shit. I went to war and survived because others died for me. Lied to me, that'd be your worst offense. Earth to friends, murder made me nervous on my first attempt. I worked again. How I rest in peace when all my peace lost. No remorse, a lion can't be concerned with all of you sheep's thoughts. I breed sharks, drown in a pool of blood to pursue a grudge. The lines blurred between who you hating and who you love. Vengeance, rage, revenge, wrath. You gon' feel the brunt of this pain when blocking my path. Feel its fury, hate, anger, wrath. Heroes don't exist when it's time for villains to clash. Feel its vengeance, rage, revenge, wrath. You gon' feel the brunt of this pain when blocking my path. Feel its fury, hate, anger, wrath. Heroes don't exist when it's time for villains to clash.
He wants me to shoot him. No! No! You tell me that's not true. That's not true.
Come vengeance, dear.
Ah, she's all right. You tell me.
Come wrath.
Tell me she's all right!
My diction is clean, so I never have to stutter. Flashy colors, vision is gritty, just like the Safdie brothers, nasty gutters. Nothing was promised, we barely had each other. Ashy mothers, borrowing dollars, filling up half the cupboards, past the covers. Cold as the North Pole for these lost souls. Lord knows it's all in the family. Nothing like Sally Struthers, daddy grudges. Could've been out this ghetto as had he loved us. Died of a horrible sickness. Shit, look, I'm glad he suffered. Chatty suckers, gossiping out his own and Randy. In 95 was live, had the cordless phone in the Camry. Assault your nose with the candy. Should never judge a predator preying on food as long as he brought it home to his family. I brought the chrome for you trannies. That's what I call a switch-sider. Corny niggas disguised as hustlers and brick buyers. Forget priors. I'ma be richer doing this stand-up nigga shit. Don't slit your wrists, I ain't finished torturing liars. Vengeance, rage, revenge, wrath. You gon' feel the brunt of this pain when blocking my path. Feel its fury, hate, anger, wrath. Heroes don't exist when it's time for villains to clash. Feel its vengeance, rage, revenge, wrath. You gon' feel the brunt of this pain when blocking my path. Feel its fury, hate, anger, wrath. Heroes don't exist when it's time for villains to clash.
I won't deny my own personal desire to turn each sin against the sinner.
That guitar.
Wait a minute, I thought all you did was kill innocent people.
Innocent? Is that supposed to be funny?
that guitar sample, or if you played that, whatever it comes from, that guitar is fire. Bars are hard. Revenge. Wrath. I'm glad I did this song last. I don't know if this was last within the sequence, but I'm glad this is the last song I did, because this is kind of embodying of what he's doing to the rap game right now. He's causing, like, it's a wrath right now. Like, he is taking his revenge out on you boys on the mic. If you going, I've been seeing Jim Jones talk about Conway. I bet you he won't mention Ransom, and he knows Ransom. Trust me, he knows who Ransom is. I bet you he won't say he ready to go in the booth with Ransom. Bet he won't say that. He already stupid enough to say Conway. I don't know what's wrong with Jim Jones. B-Dot set you up, Jim Jones. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent. Listen, this man hasn't missed yet. This is probably the 6th or 7th project that he dropped within the last 2 years. And he has yet to have an alright verse, let alone a bad verse. He has yet to have an alright verse. Fire. 5 mic project. 4.5. I like everything on here though. 5 mics. 5 out of 5. This is perfect, man. This is the hip hop I fell in love with right here.